Apple has just announced their commitment of $430 billion in the US over the next 5 years, and they're going to create 20,000 more jobs. In fact, Apple had a similar commitment in 2018, which was $350 billion over the course of 5 years. Now they kind of upgraded this commitment to more money in the next 5 years. And what changed? Let's just break down this investment. So it's going to build a new North Carolina campus. Will be around $1 billion spent, $1 billion spent, which is quite significant. Will be a new campus, and other investment will go to silicon engineering. It's more likely to be the IC design, like M1 chip, A12, A14 series, their own IC chips. They're going to double down or even triple down more like this investment. And they also say the 5G technology. I'm not really sure what does this 5G technology means. Even like we already have 5G, already quite mature now. Shouldn't it be 6G? Which I don't know. I'm not an expert in 5G in the telecom communication. But they were going to spend money like this. And also they're going to, as for the North Carolina campus, they're going to focus on more like software, AI, machine learning, software engineering. So it's like Apple's focus on software. It will be in North Carolina. That's quite interesting. So far, Apple is it's very, very hardware-centric company. Their software investments still not as much as some other big tech. And they also mentioned their Austin campus is going to finish next year, which is also a $1 billion investment, but it's already done in the past. And people can start moving in the next year, which is great. They're just building so many campers. And they also tells us one thing, like because Apple is a hardware-centric company, it's very hard for people to really work from home. If you're working on like a mobile phone integration with some IC, it's almost impossible for you to work from home because you need to have a lab. So that's probably why Apple's still going to build more campuses in the future. And one thing that we need to pay attention is they didn't announce any like foundry building in the future. So one thing we know is in the next 5 years, Apple will now manufacture their own chips. They will still outsource the chip manufacturing to Samsung, TSMC, instead of manufacturing themselves, because so far they keep doing the IC design, IC chip manufacturing, IC chip design. They try to make it self-sustainable. They want to they previously they start to take designing their own chips, and the last mile of this the whole supply chain is IC manufacturing. But it seems they haven't really thought of this probably because of IC manufacturing is highly capital intense. Even for Apple, it's still very expensive and maybe not necessary. All right, so that's actually I want to keep paying attention. I'm not saying Apple will not manufacture their own chip, but at least from this press release, it doesn't look like they're going to do that right now. And some people say this press release, actually the timing is very sensitive because they're going to have the AntiTrust Congress hearing very soon. And some people say maybe this press release is to building their reputation, and so that they can have like a better bargaining chip in the Congress hearing. Maybe not. I don't really know, but this definitely is their overall is a good thing for the U.S. They still create more jobs for the U.S. For the Americans, right? And there's actually quite a lot of jobs, and they also will invest a lot of money to their suppliers, which is like a semiconductor manufacturers in the U.S. So they won't be building their own fab in the U.S., but they will be spending more money or transaction with the U.S. suppliers, U.S. Foundry makers, for example, Global Foundry, the biggest from chip makers in the US. Things like that. So that's okay. That's probably that we can see from this information. All right, so that's 430 billion US dollars investment for Apple in the next 5 years. If you would like to receive more technology news, technology trends, reviews, analysis like this, don't forget to subscribe. Your subscription is really the best encouragement for me to make more videos like this. Other than that, I will see you next time.